A long, long time ago in a faraway land there were two countries, Draconia and Magnaspes. They have lived side by side in amicable peace for many years, but a terrible tragedy has occurred. Princess Annika, heir to the throne of Magnaspes, has disappeared mysteriously. Our reporter had an interview with the distraught queen.
Oh, my dearest darling Anna, it's terrible. She's never been away from home before. Oh, how I miss her so terribly.
I know it's disgraceful. I know who's done it. It's those lying lizards of Draconia up there on the hill. We'll take our revenge. We'll get them. Don't you worry, my dear. Oh, they're there.
The king of Magnaspes ordered a giant statue built many hundreds of feet high of his lost daughter, visible even from the ramparts of Draconia, so that no man could forget the absent princess. For a while, all the land was rife with anger and suspicion. But then, new shocking evidence came to light.
Oh, a dog pooed on my queue.
No, not that shocking evidence. The other one.
I've got secret, confidential information that the evil Draconians want to summon a dragon, and they need to sacrifice a royal posh bird in order to finish the sacrifice. Yes, right.
The rumour spread, and inevitably the king heard. He took decisive action.
His Majesty came down to the barracks and told us to go and look for the princess in Draconia, but we weren't even sure if the princess was there or not. When we got there and talked to the king, his arrogance insulted us.
Dragons? There are no dragons. There is a scurrilous rumour there are no dragons. There have never been any dragons. Any suggestion that we summoned a dragon by sacrificing a princess are without foundation and are mere lies dreamt up by the pagans from the valley. There are no dragons.
So incensed was the king that the knights of Magnaspes had even challenged him that he ordered his own knights to engage them in battle. On the plain separating the two cities, a bloody battle was fought.
Wait, what are you doing? Get back to the action.
It was a time of war. It was a time of heroes.
Massacre on both sides. Those of us who lived to tell the tale were grievously injured, but it was only the beginning. One battle followed after another, and it became known as the War of the Princess.
The War of the Princess was hard on both sides. The superior technology of Draconia was matched by the seemingly innumerable numbers of Magnaspians. The war sucked up the population, the resources and the money. Soon there wasn't even enough money to go on summer holidays. This inability to go on summer holidays was a serious problem for the idyllic getaway of Costa del Draco, the only holiday destination with so much fun in the sun you'll forget all about the war and the deaths. Only £9 per person per night, terms and conditions apply. To prevent any more customer loss, Costa del Draco invited the two kings and queens for a weekend of sunny days and fun-filled nights, each without the other knowing. We asked some villagers their views.
Well, I think it's very unfair. We're left there and it's all we have to suffer while the kings and queens go off and have holidays with all their expenses
That's
paid.
right.
And it's our sons and our brothers get killed. Eh?
It's a good thing the kings go away, and then we have no more battles and none of our sons and daughters get killed.
Oh, I think it's a right shame it is.
My children can go out and play now without fear of an attack.
Yes.
I'm happy.
Yes.
Although it does seem unfair that the richest people in the land should be the ones to get a free holiday.
Oh.
It's just not fair.
No. Terrible.
We also interviewed the Queen of Draconia on her views.
Yeah, don't really know what all the business is about. I mean, as far as I know, there hasn't been any summoning dragons. I mean, ridiculous. I suppose actually there was that long business trip he went on. But no, I'm just looking forward to going on holiday. It's a long time since we've been on holiday, and I'm looking forward to seeing the Queen of Magnaspes, and we're going to have a nice cup of tea together. Oh, it'll be lovely. Our husbands have been fighting that silly war, and we could all just do with a break.
And so they arrived. Peace talks were held, but it seemed nothing could be decided until they decided to give over the peace talks and take a night in the bar. Well, there we were, having a drink in the bar together, trying to ignore the war and everything else because we weren't going anywhere in our discussions, when one of the young waitresses comes up and gives me a drink. Yeah, a drink. Where's the drinks? Come on, boy, give me the drinks. And one of the waitresses comes up and gives me a drink, and do you know what? I nearly fell off my chair because it was the Princess Annika herself. I was just gobsmacked.
I had no idea that everyone was making such a fuss about it all. I ran away from home and met my beloved and stayed with him. I was never informed of any riches in the submarine. Certainly nobody has ever sacrificed me.
I didn't know Annika was a princess. She just came in one day and asked for a job. Pretty girls get more orders, it's a well-known fact, so I made her a waitress. Then we fell in love. I'm going to propose to her soon.
We spoke to the owner of Costa del Draco and asked her if she knew the princess was there.
I had no idea that, anything like that. Because, clothes and accent marked her down as one of Magnispians, sure. And, she certainly had enough snobbishness to be royal. But, even after the king started fighting and, the princess's picture was sent round and, her description and name and everything, it's not her fault. If I hadn't ordered all the pictures and newspaper and stuff sent through me before they got to Westminster, who knows how many people she would have had after her. A nice girl like that deserves choices.
And so the feud was settled. The Magnispians happily went back into their cities, admiring the statue, which now seemed to be laughing, not crying. The Draconians retreated inside their citadel and flew their dragon flags high. Princess Annika lived out her days with her beloved bartender, and they all lived happily ever after.